So in terms of size, the mini one, let me get the tape measure out. Let's get it round the right way. The dimensions are on the website already. So the mini one is 7.5 centimetres, roughly, that way. So it's quite little, by 5 centimetres that way. And then the big one, or I'm going to say medium one, because you won't see the big one, it's huge. This one is, where are we, 12 centimetres, or just under 12 centimetres at the widest point that way, 9.5 centimetres that way. So this is the new cookie cutter for Christmas trees. I'm now going to show you what I've done with it. I'm hoping my royal icing is going to behave, because I put it in the bag and it's all gone. There it is, it's moving again now. It's all got stuck earlier. So I have used, and again, the same as what I was saying before, we have this really annoying limitation at the moment with piping nozzles. So we are using Wilton 18, which we do have in stock. That's Wilton 18. It's a really nice nozzle. You can see it up there. And I'm going to pipe one of these trees for you so you can see what it looks like and how to do it, because you're going to love it. Now, this is the sprinkle collection that Kelly and I have made up. So this is not available anywhere else. This is purely something that we've created. So this is the selection that we believe. Now, for those of you that love to sit and decorate and fiddle and all this thing, it's going to be really appealing to you. If you're one of these people that likes to throw sprinkles on, and I think you can still do that as well, but me, I like to pick out the sprinkles I want and put them in the places that I want, because it's quite annoying. So all I'm going to do is turn this round, this cookie round, and I'm hoping this is going to be enough icing in here to do this, and also that it's behaving, because it's quite stiff at the moment. Let's get this moving. So this is Colour Splash Green. Hopefully you can see it. Let me move this over here a little bit. Colour Splash Green. And all I'm going to do is pipe. So my royal ices will be jumping up and down here, going across here like so. If I don't finish this, I've got another one I've already made. I just don't know if I've got enough icing to do it. We'll see how we go. And then as we go across the bottom, there's an air bubble, of course there is. So this is an idea. So I've got lots of ideas on how to decorate this. Now notice I'm sort of fanning out the tree to the left, and then as I get towards the middle, I'm straightening it up, and then I'm changing direction. Okay, so we're going to go this way now. So it's basically a shell pipe, but quite a long one, so that we've got some sort of branches forming. But I'm going across like that, so the icing is going that way and then that way. The icing's starting to soften up a little bit now. Thought I was being clever, you see, and I'll do this, set this all up the night before. Okay. So those of you that like royal ice cookies, this is the same, but what this is we're piping this as a pattern rather than flooding. Okay, and I think this looks much better as a tree than a flat ice, because we've ummed and ahed about, do we do this, do we do that, and actually I think this looks much better, so that's why we've gone for this option here. You'll soon whiz through these, especially if you're icing. It's not like concrete like mine is at the moment. That'll teach me to try and be organised, won't it? Okay, so it still looks odd at the moment because it's upside down. Once I turn this around, and I am piping it upside down, okay, so this is facing me. And just note as I go through, I'm changing direction. So as we get towards that, we're changing again. So these cookie cutters, they're available in a set of 2, okay, and then the giant one I'm launching next week, and it is a giant one. I decided I wanted one massive cookie that you could just have in a box on its own. I just thought that was fun. We'll bring that one in next week, we'll do that again. Yeah, I think the 3D look is better. Someone's just said that, and I totally agree with you, actually. Right, there we go. Right, stop that moving around. There we go, nearly at the top. Now, when this is done, you do need to immediately put your sprinkles on, because if you don't put your sprinkles on, the icing is going to set and it's going to be a lot more difficult for you to do later on. So it is important that you do it. Okay, right, let's turn it around. Aha, suddenly it's more of a tree. Look at that, isn't that great? And this is now where I start getting a bit carried away. So I've put different size sprinkles in here. So start with the bigger ones. So I'll put the red ones in there. Let's start that off. Like so. Because the icing is quite soft, I can just put them. So I set this up in little groups and I just couldn't help myself. Honestly, I was getting very carried away with this. See, that's annoyed me now. Let's get that off. Where's my scriber? Let's use that. So let's push that back up there. Okay. So if you fancy hours of fiddling around and decorating, this is right up somebody's street, because I loved it. I spent ages doing the pictures for this. So I've then got little multicoloured baubles in here. I'm actually just grabbing them and just putting them on as I go. But what I'll do is I start finding different colours. I'll move them around. I'm sure if you had tweezers, it would be much easier as well. And then we'll pop that one in there. Then you start talking to yourself, and then we've got little purple ones there. Let's get the purple ones out. We've got a little yellow one there. This is me not throwing stuff all over the place, you see. I prefer to have everything kind of in a bit more of a set place with this. I just think it looks better rather than just chucking it everywhere. Okay. So we get our little, I might put another little section of them there. There we go, another large one there. So if anybody likes to sort of play around with sort of sprinkles, and it's like decorating your own Christmas tree. This is a brilliant activity. If you've got kids, grandkids, anything like that, they will love this. This will honestly keep them occupied for hours. So someone just mentioned about how long it takes once they're baked. So once you've baked your cookies, I usually reckon with cookies a good kind of, if you keep them sealed, week to 10 days maybe. Now also in this pot we've got little tiny snowflakes, so they've got to go on as well. Let's pop those on. We've done a very scientific measuring out of this, you know, Kelly and I. We've spent ages working this out because this is such a nice arrangement when you get it all on. There's another little snowflake up there, and you can't buy this anywhere else. This is totally what we've come up with ourselves. Right, let's add a few more little coloured ones. Just go round. Oh, the hours of entertainment. This is just for me. Now there's lots of like little yellow ones in here as well. We thought they look quite good as little highlights, so little lights that are in here. Right, I'm just going to have to tip these out onto a tray so I can actually get to them. Hold on. As you get further down, you're looking for more specific ones. So little tiny extra lights there. Again, you can kind of design your own really, because there's enough multicoloured balls in here that you can do your own thing, isn't there really? So there we go, like that. A few extra snowflakes. Yep. Thank you very much. We want those. My Christmas tree. Oh dear, my Christmas tree. I'll have to take a photo of it and I'll put it on here, and it's just a mess. It is a mess. It's not anything lined up, and you know, some people have these extremely coordinated Christmas trees. Mine is a total mess. It's you know, Kelly made this when she was 6 and all this stuff. I just can't bear to part with any of this stuff. It's dreadful. It's just become a bit of a joke really. And then right at the bottom we have little tiny blue sprinkles. So they're like the Kelly sprinkles. Let's push them into place. A couple of white ones have slipped in there. How have you got in there? So yeah, we've got little tiny blue ones, and actually I think these are what makes this particular cookie, is these little tiny ones at the end. I'm going to hold this up at the end so you can see it. They're like just little tiny lights. Let me just push them into place because I'm trying to be perfect with this. Here we go. Nothing like trying to be perfect on a live, is there? and just bunch them underneath there like that. How cool is this? Doesn't it look lovely? Okay, let's put those down there. There we go. All right, couple more. We'll just put them, I've only kept them around the actual sort of, oh there we go, I missed that group there, around the groups of baubles that I've put together. Okay, like so. And then you can either leave it like that, or if you're one of these people that, you know, likes a bit of bling, you can always put some finishing sparkle. There we go, you can always put finishing sparkle on top of your cookie. So if you, like me, if you like a sort of glittery tree, then you can pop that on as well. Just put a little bit on, let's not go too wild here. There we go, how about that? So just a few little glittery bits there, like so. All right, now what I'm going to do is just get the other trees that I've made already. So this is the little mini one. So I made these yesterday. Okay, I've not done too bad, have I, considering that's on a live. So royal ice cookies, I'd say a week to 10 days on shelf life. That's what I would say. So if you'll say you're using them on Saturday, start making them the weekend before and you'll be absolutely fine. So don't worry about anything sort of beyond that. Royal icing sets, if you want it to remain so that you can sort of get your teeth through it, you just need to put a teaspoon of glycerin in. Okay, so nothing, so just literally a teaspoon of glycerin into your main mix of royal icing, and that will mean that the icing will set hard, but it won't set like concrete, and that's how I would do it. Yeah, you can keep them in a tin, I don't see why not. Anything airtight should be fine. I don't think you'll have a problem with keeping cookies, so if you put them in an airtight tin. If you're worried about it for Christmas, why not do a trial batch now? You know, have a go now, and then make some up and decorate them, pop them in a tin, and then, well, I mean, they wouldn't last long if they're in our house because somebody would find and eat them. But that's what you can do there. I'm just going to put that there so you can see what the little one looks like. So it's a tiny little Christmas tree. It's very sweet, but it is in a set of two with the larger Christmas tree like that. So you would need the 2 sets of cookie cutters here. Wilton 18 is the nozzle that I've used here. There are also piping bags on Let's Shop Cake Live as well. The colour that I've used is Colour Splash Leaf Green. That's also on Let's Shop. And then this is called Kelly's Christmas Tree Sprinkles. So if you're looking specifically for the sprinkles that I've used, they're called Kelly's Christmas Tree Sprinkles. You can use obviously any sprinkles that you like. It's entirely up to you, but we just kind of like this combination. That's why we've created it, and just to kind of see what happens. But yeah, do yourself